Hi, how's it going? What we're going to look at today is more of a kit setup thing than anything else. And it's also we're going to do a few hand movements to do with it. And what we're looking at here is the position of the snare relative to the hi-hat and the first floor tom. Now, lots of people are going to have very, very large kits, and especially if you have a double bass drum, or even the extra pedal if you've got a stand for your hi-hat as opposed to one on a rack like this. You tend to end up with your hi-hat over here, and if you're playing with two floor toms, or you've got a big bass drum in here, or you want to bring your ride cymbal down, floor tom can end up over here. You'll see on my associate's kit, George Watts' kit, that his ride cymbal comes quite far over the floor tom, and that's to allow him to keep the floor tom up here. And there's a reason for this. If you have this straight line, you have very, very small hand movements from going from there to there to there to there. It's very, very, you can actually do it without, if I rest my hand on my leg, you know, really, really simple to get around. The same with the left hand. You can go, it's a bit more difficult to go over there, also you cross hand, but you can get around the snare and the hi-hat very, very easily. And this is really useful because it looks like you're hitting three things here, but if you think about the variation possibilities on the hi-hat you've got, with the opening and closing of it, with all different levels and the different ways of choking it and stuff, which we'll show you at a later date, you can get a vast array of sounds. And obviously you can, you know, anything like that. Anything you can, press on the drag rolls we were looking at. You can get anything on these lines, and it's all really, really simple, really, really close, straight together. Not everyone's kit's going to be set up like this, but if you can get a nice straight line across these, it makes it very easy to groove, because your hands are in a nice neutral position like that. But the advantage of having on a straight line and you're going across, a little hand movement, keeps your shoulders, chest very open, so free movement. If you're playing very loose hands like that, very, very slow, close together, you've got freedom to move your arms around to make very, very small adjustments going to other drums. And the shorter distance you have to move, the easier it is to do, and the less tight and tired your arms are going to get. So just something to try there. And I'll give you a little thing to try here. If you're going because that's a function of the kit, but also of your hands. If you're working on a double, so it's double, 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 double. You think, well, you might use that in songs, you think, well, you might not, but you would actually, it's a nice little fill you can put in, because if you've got a nice buzz on the snare and you keep this and you choke it, you get a nice little shuffle thing going on there. Actually, it's quite useful. Work on that rudiment, really, really think about that straight line, you'll get some extra sounds out of your kit that you didn't realise you could get because you thought you had to move fast and you actually do.